Hey everyone, I figured I'd do something a little different, and I figured since today was my birthday, I'm like 34. Like, where does the time go? So I figured I'd do a birthday movie review, and I figured the one to choose from would be The Addams Family 2. I mean, I would say after like the disappointments that were the Venom versus Carnage and the Sopranos prequel movie, I thought this one would have been a bust too, but surprisingly, it was better than I thought. And I would say that the reason why it was better because the I guess the Wednesday character, who often has like a very cynical and dark nature in life, who doesn't like show like a lot of affection, and is often very cold and aloof, but in her own expressive way, you know, I guess like many people, you want to kind of find like your place in the world, like where do you belong, what do you belong to, like what is your purpose, and in a sense, the sequel kind of examines the dynamics of the lovable but dysfunctional Adams family, who may be considered like weird and strange to society, but to them they appear like normal, and of course, Morticia and Gomez, they want to take, you know, Wednesday and Pugsley on a family road trip as the way to kind of regain the family dynamic and the connection amongst one another, which they kind of felt like a little lost, and try to regain that. And it's like sometimes you ask yourself, in a sense, what does it take to kind of like restore that family dynamic, even when you think it's been lost or broken? And the film does an interesting job at examining that and finding, I guess, one's own individual self worth. I guess if that's one particular way of looking at it when seeing this movie. Well, I may not be a big fan of the animation style since I feel it looks a little. I don't know. Just my personal honest opinion. I didn't feel like the animation was the greatest. I wish it kind of had like the animation like of Shrek and the other Disney Pixar movies, but for its own unique style, I guess it seems to work. I mean, would I say it's better than the first one? In a sense, I would say yes. I mean, it may not be like the best animated sequel I've ever seen, but like I said, it was good for what it was. It had good laughs, entertainment, humor, important message about family and being true to who you are, which is something that's always very important. And I feel that's the biggest takeaway of this movie. So, for those that have seen previous Addams Family, whether it's been the TV series from the 60s or the live action adaptations from the 90s or even the first Addams Family animated sequel, it's definitely worth checking out just like, to compare, to see, what people think and I guess their own views, their own comments, things like that. So, that's pretty much all there is to say about this particular movie. All right, everyone. Thank you again. And I look forward to sharing more content in the future. Thanks again.